Hello and welcome to this video. In today's video, I will be talking about the most significant effect of genetic engineering on the way that food is marketed in the United States. So, first things first, I just want to talk about how genetic engineering is not like some new thing, it's been around since back in the day. Consumers are pretty much eating, the domesticated crops that you're eating are no longer like genetically similar to like the originals, and pretty much anything you're eating through like breeding or genetic engineering, it's just not the same. So just want to let you guys know. So, because the connotation that GMOs have and genetic engineering has is so negative, marketers really have to pay attention to like how they market their food in order to sell or increase sales, which is pretty much their main goal. So they just have to watch out for that, because not everyone is as informed as you might think on what GMOs are or what genetic engineering does for food. Just to clarify, a lot of the GMOs that we see are, to keep insects off the plants, to help crop growth, or, some are just to make them look prettier, but they're none of them are actually doing any real harm. There is a connotation, however, that people who eat foods that are natural, organic, or GMO free are healthier, and those foods are healthier, which is not really true. There's no real definition for a natural food. They do seem to be colloquially defined by negatives, words beginning with un or no, like no additives, unprocessed, things like that. But most consumers are unaware of what marketing terms like gluten-free, non-GMO, all natural, or organic actually mean. A lot of people do know what GMO stands for, which is genetically modified organisms, but they don't actually know what it does. Even so, a 2016 study shows that half of the participants indicated that they would pay more for items whose packaging included words like the ones I mentioned, even though that same study showed that they didn't know what they meant. Also, in another study, which found that a lot of participants free associated the word natural with healthy or organic, and consumers will believe more in themselves on topics that seem simple enough, like the definition of organic or natural. Like, you would think that you know what that means, but according to that previous study, they didn't actually. A big part of marketing is perception. That's how people marketing. For example, color is a factor that marketing teams pay a lot of attention to, and a lot of consumers don't even realize that they're being marketed to based off of colors. For example, the color green is something that is used to promote natural or healthy, with, like I said, natural being perceived as without additives or without processing or anything like that. But this is not the case, because the word natural, there's no regulations on it. The real word to look for is organic, because the United States Department of Agriculture's Agricultural Marketing Service requires foods labeled as organic to not include any GMOs or genetic engineering. So if you're really looking for foods without GMOs or genetic engineering, you're really looking for food with the word organic. I don't know if you've also noticed that a lot of foods labeled organic also cost more, and that's because they don't have those GMOs that are helping the insects stay away or helping crops produce more, So those brands must be registered and certified by the USDA before attempting to label their product as organic. This the connection that consumers have between something being natural and something being organic really affects the way that teams market, because having consumers believe that they will that a natural food or something colored green that might be natural, like I don't know if you've ever seen like green Coca-Cola cans. Some consumers will believe that there's no additives or GMOs in those things when there really are. So like if a company can use the word natural to kind of trick, consumers. There has been a push to reform the way that products are marketed to children.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Anyway, so because teens and children recognize things like sports sponsorships or celebrity sponsorships, so like companies can use celebrities to endorse their products. Participants in a study conducted in California showed that they thought that foods labeled as having GMOs were the least healthy, the least safe, and the least environmentally friendly out of other foods that may have been labeled organic, natural, non or low-fat, non-GMO, fruit, or raw. And 1/3 of those participants were parents to children 10 years or younger. So basically, the marketers have to take into consideration what a child will pay attention to, like celebrity endorsements, but also what the parents' mindsets are as well. Because the kid will see like Beyonce or something and be like, "Mom, look at this," but the parent will look more deeper into marketing tactics. And so what I wanted to say next was about social media. So due to the nature of social media and marketing teams can use celebrities on social media to endorse their products, like those like Fit Tea endorsements that you see all the time. A study shows that marketing cues from celebrities can influence consumers depending on the celebrity's attractiveness, credibility, or combination of the two. So let's say you saw a health food or something, and okay, I'm back. The camera ran out of memory. But anyway, so social media. So let's say you saw something endorsed by like Michelle Obama. You would believe her more on like the health of the food, the background of the food, because she's Harvard educated. And then let's say you saw someone like Beyonce endorse a food. Although she's, I'm sure, very intelligent, she doesn't have that much credibility, but you would still believe her based off of her attractiveness, To be like, oh, I want to be like Beyonce. So, and that's just like, it depends on the product as well. I feel like people will probably believe Beyonce on like what kind of face cream she uses more than like the background of like where she gets her food from, So basically the effect that genetic engineering has on the way that food is marketed can be clearly seen through the analysis of the food industry and the consumer. The way that the consumer thinks affects how the industry markets. They have to reflect the consumer thought, So they have to reach consumers around the way that consumers think, with the green Coca-Cola cans. You're now thinking, this Coca-Cola is green, has a green bottle, so you're thinking it's better than the original one. Even though Coca-Cola has been said on their website for both the regular cola, Diet Cola, Zero, and the green natural cola, they all use GMOs. And And quite frankly, the idea that GMOs are bad or unsafe is it's just generally incorrect. As I said at the beginning, they're usually used to keep the food supply stable and growing, rather than they're not just putting like random chemicals into your food. So because the general public believes that genetic engineering or GMOs are bad, generally, the marketing industry must concede to the public's point of view if they are going to succeed in their goal of selling or increasing sales. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say on genetic engineering and marketing. Just remember that not everything you see is for real. So thanks everybody for coming to my video. I don't know why I did